Okay, my name is Kelly McBroom. I married at 18, moved to Olive Branch, Mississippi, and had 2 sons. Left my first husband, who was very abusive. At 30, they were 3 and 6. Moved to Oakland to my parents' home. And I was HBC, General Merchandise and Specialty Food Manager by that time. And rented a little trailer in Rossville. Met a man, married 5 years later, and after, when the children were grown, we had bought a house. I didn't live with him before I married him, so, you know, I didn't know. I dated him for 5 years, so you don't really know somebody till you move in with them. Then I moved in with him, we bought a house. Well, the children were in school, had house notes, car notes. So when the children got grown and out of high school, I left him after 16 years of marriage. My mother lived in Garfield, Arkansas, and she was sick. She was by herself, so I moved up there to help her. And that wasn't working out living with her, so I was trying to buy a home out of bankruptcy from somebody who lived about a mile from her, and he was going into a assisted living place. And I was trying to start a business called Pop Whimsical. I had a phone call into a model law attorney, your court, to see the guidelines on the water, because there were 5 big lakes up there, so I had this business plan. Well, a convicted rapist who spent 15 years in prison, was on parole for 10 years out of Alabama, was my mother's handyman. But he put a rag in my mouth, tied my hands and my feet behind my back. And my mother, I leave in an ambulance that morning, and I go to the Rape Crisis Center, and since that very day, I've been out on the street. He said he was my mother's handyman, so the police didn't arrest him. Yeah, she said he was at her house. But anyway, that doesn't kill you, make you stronger. But so I had a little bit of money in retirement, about $33,000. I stayed in motels, and actually ended up at Salvation Army in Fayetteville. And I was around a lot of military there for 3.5 years. I stayed in the shelter some, but I loved camping. And we were just a small community. There probably was maybe 50, 60 of us. I mean, throughout the whole 3 years, you know. But we knew each other for all those 3.5 years. And I mean, we took care of each other. We cared about you, but it was just clean. It wasn't drugs. Now, we drank. I tell you, we did drink. There's a bike walk going along that place up in Fayetteville. And, I mean, it's really a nice place if you're going to be homeless. The winters were tough, but we had the community center at Salvation Army, the community center there. But I was tired of it, and all, but my son had passed away. So I got a letter in the mail that my son in Alabama had passed, not Alabama, but in Louisiana passed away. So I was headed toward Memphis. Well, my checking account got hit on my way to come in for that. And I went to I only had like $60. It got me all the way to Texarkana, Texas, Arkansas. So I went to the shelter there. And when I went into the shelter there, because I didn't have any money, I was trying to figure out, I had to wait on my check to get back to Memphis. And so I go into Randy Sam's, and I'm telling my story. I'm telling them I'm trying, my son passed. Well, they start talking to me about housing. And I'm thinking, okay, now isn't this odd? I just told them my son passed away. I'm on my way to go to get him, and they're talking to me about housing. So I ended up staying there for 10 months on the Union Pacific Railroad. And then in October, I've grown so much and I've learned to know who I am, that I'm proud of me, I know who I am. And I thought, you know what? I want my son to know who I am, because I've been gone 8 years from Memphis. So I want my son to know who I am before I'm dead. And so that's when I came back here to Memphis in October. Now, I have to tell you, I've never been so happy to see the hub pull up in that Jeep in all of my life in January. I thought, man, I was flying a sign out on Reese and Witten, and they came up to me, and one day they gave me a card. I had a lot of stuff in my tent, like I had a stove that hooked to a propane coil brought me, so I had a lot, so I couldn't go. And I was trying to decide at that time if I was going to stay in Memphis or if I was going to go back to Fayetteville. And so I kept staying. Well, I had to move my tent, and the hubby given me a card, and that morning the person who owned the property said, you got to move that off by lunchtime. So I go over to the laundromat and I tell Kay, I said, Kay, I got to move. I don't know where to go. I'm not, Memphis, I'm not, I don't know where to go. And so I said, can I use your phone? And I called that phone number on that card. And nobody answered the phone. So I go back to flying. It wasn't an hour later before Michael and Eliza pulled up with that Jeep. I said, yes, I'm about to go. She goes, you need anything? I said, well, I got some stuff. I said, well, I had my hygiene, my tent, all that stuff, which I knew nothing valuable stuff, but I knew. I called Corley, and Corley go by there and get all the stuff out of camp. I said, do I need anything? She said, no. They scooped me up and brought me down here. Man, the first time I had a bath and a bed to sleep in, besides renting a motel, since I had my own in 2018. And I was like, oh my God. And then Miss Yolanda got a hold of me. Man, Miss Cha-Cha got me. Man, I was hello at Miss Cha-Cha, Miss Yolanda. Man, I've fallen in love with the hub. The hub is, these ladies right here are going to be with me till the day I die. I guarantee you, because I'm going to keep them. I'm telling you, if there's something happens, I don't think I'm leaving Memphis now, but something happens and I do leave Memphis, they coming with me. But that's pretty much my story. Now it's the second part. Me getting my teeth, me getting my apartment. And you know what? The other day I was thinking, if I'm right here across here at Pauline, right here in Legends, when it snows and ice, all you gotta do is come across the street to my house. See, I'll have dinner and drinks and breakfast and coffee. I thought, man, wouldn't it be perfect? Because, it snows and ice, and y'all don't have to travel in this weather. Y'all just come stay with me. Hey, and it's got a pool. I want to have a Labor Day pool party with all y'all. Yeah, but, we know. I love everybody, but I can't have everybody. But y'all know what I mean.
Is that where you first learned how to camp?
Salvation Army in Fayetteville, yes, sir. But this is what happened. Okay, I'm in a small town, and you had to be out you got up at 5:30, you had to be out by 7:30, and you couldn't come back till 5:30. But across the street is a park, it's called Walker Park, and there's the bike walk that goes all the way from Missouri, all the way up through Bella Vista, Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale up into Fayetteville. It's a beautiful, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful place, And so what happened so I had to be out during the daytime. All right, so I went with my check. I get a check every month. So when I got my check, I went to Walmart and I bought me a tent. No, wait a minute, no I didn't. You can get a tent, tarp, and sleeping bag over there for free. But I think I went and bought my first one because I didn't know that till later, till I started camping. And I got there's Seven Hills Community Center there, and it's all this is within a 1.5 mile radius. All these resources for the homeless. I mean, you're busy every day. I was busy every day. We had the Salvation Army, and they had a shelter there. There were 6 women though. They only had a bed for like 6 women. And when I first got there, that's what I did. I stayed in the shelter there, and then. Like I said, I had to be gone during the day, but there was Walker Park, and they would wake us up at 5:30. So I went and I bought me a tent and tarp and a sleeping bag. This is as I'm learning the ropes and learning the resources up there. So I went and I bought me a tent, tarp, and a sleeping bag, and I put it. Walker Park is a park where they have a horseshoe. You go and play horseshoes. They've got tennis courts, basketball courts. They play football out there. And I was so excited. I get up at 5:30. As soon as that daggum alarm went off, I'm up, had me a cup of coffee, had my bed rolled up, had my backpack, and I go to my tent. I put my tent right back in the corner. Wasn't nobody back there. Nobody. But the police were all through there all the time. I mean, I got to know the police officers by their name, Lavora, and everything. And then I moved back there, and then one of my friends, like from the community center, what the community center is, you go there, it's outside, they have picnic tables, you can take showers there every day, then you can get hygiene from there every day, you got bug spray. You could get blankets, tarps, sleeping bags, tents from them. And then there was another place called, um, oh, Life Source, I believe, which was like about 2 or 3 blocks down. On Sundays, you could go there, and they had dinner there, and you could get a tent tarp and a sleeping bag there too. Go because we were homeless, and we had to give them. We gave them like when I would check in there. When I first started there, I'd give them my ID, but they knew me by name. I lived there for 3.5 years this way. I never did, because I tell you, I had a lot of military around me, and they would tell you they were Navy, military, and you knew by being around them and the things that they did, they were military. But it wasn't like the homeless here. It wasn't that big. I'm trying to think. How many campgrounds there were? There were probably maybe 25 when I first got there. There were maybe 25 camps right along there. There's a creek that runs through it, okay? And the creek is as wide as from here to, it's a very big creek. The water is so clear, it's crystal clear. And so you could bathe in the water, you could do your laundry in the water, because I did. You probably could, I didn't. We had water, we had plenty of water. There was churches that would come by and come to the picnic areas, because there were pavilions everywhere. There were men and women, there were couples, there were men, I had to say, there was like there was a woman there, her name was Lisa, and her son Zach, she's probably a little bit younger than me. Her son was probably in his 20s. They camped. Then I had a married couple that was there. And then usually most of the people had a spouse. There were single people. There were a few single people. I was single. Ricky Bobby, I would name him Ricky Bobby. His name was Ricky. He was a homosexual. And everybody knew, a beautiful, beautiful man, dressed to the hilt too. I had a man, I remember, I was walking through the parking lot over by the Walmart on MLK, and the man came up to me in a Jeep, and he said, I want to tell you something. He said, I know you're homeless, because I've been watching you for a long time. He said, but you don't look homeless. He said, if I didn't know you were homeless, I would have never known you were homeless. And that's for sure. He told me that. And I said, well, thank you. I said, you don't have to be homeless to look homeless and smell homeless, because there are resources out there for us. It is hard here in Memphis. But now, Walmart does have a bathroom. And believe you me, and there are some bathrooms that let me tell you what, I have shaved my legs in the sink of a Walmart. I guarantee you, I put one leg up there, I wash from head to toe going back. You bet you have, but I have. You bet, yeah, yes, you can do it if you want to do it. I've never got thrown out of any place. Never. Everybody, you could do it discreetly, but yes, you can do it. My one son passed away, and that's why I was leaving there, because I had to come. I had to get back to Memphis, because my son passed away in Lafayette, Louisiana, and they cremated him, and Corley went and got him, and so I got a letter in the mail. They hand-typed a letter in the mail. They knew I was at Salvation Army in Fayetteville, because my check came there. They knew I was there up there. But instead, they wrote me a letter, and they typed it.
And it came to the Salvation Army?
And it came to the Salvation Army. And that's where I was when I got the letter. My son died. Yes, sir, yeah. So, anyway, and I wasn't ready to deal with it. I'm still not ready to deal with it. I'm just now starting to deal with it. I have a lot of anger issues. The things that shouldn't have happened, I shouldn't have lost my money. I shouldn't have lost the business I was trying to start. I shouldn't have lost my home. I shouldn't have lost everything in there, because the police department arrested me after the rape. Yes, they arrested me because he was loose. But when I got back from the Rape Crisis Center, my neighbor said, why don't you come over and have something to eat with me? See, what had happened is I got home from the Rape Crisis Center, and as soon as I never thought I'd see him again, except in a courtroom. Police, he comes in my door. My mother drives up in her car. The rapist gets out, comes in my house, and says, this is all mine now. I called the police. Oh, the police have already been called. They didn't call the police. Police come in my house because I'm trying to convict a rapist who spent 15 years on parole, in prison in Alabama, on parole for 10 years. My mother said I was lying. Therefore, I'm trying to get a convicted rapist put back in prison. When there's a rape crisis report, I left the hospital. It took me until 6 o'clock in the morning. He was at my house that night, all night long, with a rag and rope, and my hands and feet behind my back. And it took me all night long to get away from him, to keep calm. All I could do was say, because he held me by my throat. He pulled my hair back. My hair was down to my waist. He pulled my hair back in a ponytail, and he held me by my ponytail. So he's got a flashlight. He's in my house. Police say everything in this house belongs to his now, but you can stay here tonight, but you can't have anybody stay with you because they're going to go to jail. So I'm eating dinner. The lights are off. I can see the flashlight in my house. I take off running. I pick up a flashlight. I pick up a hammer. I'm screaming at doors, call the police, call the police. The police arrest me. Say they're going to hold me for 8 hours. But now, mind you, the rape crisis center gives me a prescription, and I've got to have it filled and take the medicine within 48 hours. They held me for 72 hours. I asked to speak to chief of police while I was in jail. No. I asked to be taken to the hospital 3 times while I was in jail. No. The lady police officer, she comes up, beats on the door. I got the clothes from the rape crisis center. I got white pants. She says, turn around. I got blood all over me. She says, oh, she just started a period, and she walks away from the door. She didn't even open the door. They held me for 72 hours. So now I have hepatitis C, and they're trying to figure out which type of hepatitis I have here. But yeah, that's what happened to me. And that's how I ended up out on the streets from that very day.
They just disrupted your whole life.
They just took everything away from me. Police department, everything in my home that I owned and worked for all my life, all my jewelry, everything. I lost all my art, everything I worked for, everything I was trying to do. The police department took it away right then and there and gave it to him and set it below. And my mother's in the driveway. And I called her, and I know no one. When I get out of jail, I know no one. No one. I had met some friends up on the lake. There was one guy that I had met, and he worked. He was a friend. Anyway, I went to his house. I walked all the way up to his house from Highway 62. I walked all the way up to Summit Loop on here to his house. And when he got home, I was in the driveway, and I told him what happened to me. I said, he raped me. And he knew that man that was my mother, that was working for my mother, the rapist. He knew the rapist, but we didn't know all this. You know, I didn't know all. I had no earthly idea. I mean, I had a gun permit. I have a voter's registration card. I have the Blue Book passport and a driver's license. And I've never had a speeding ticket, never been to jail in my whole entire life until that very time when that police officer cuffed my ass and put me in jail for that, just like that.
How old were you at this?
This just happened in 2018, November of 2018. This just happened. It's 2023. And so I've been homeless on the streets since that very day, since I left in an ambulance. I went to the Springdale Rape Crisis Center. Then, when I got out, when I got out of jail, I was trying to, the police wanted to, they interrogated me. This is what they did, they interrogated me. They called me in, so they interrogated me. Anyway, I can't even remember anything. But this is what I told Detective Will. I said, it's not about what you can do for me. You can't do shit for me. It's what I can do for you. It's you, it's your mama, it's your daughter, it's your aunt, it's your best friend, it's your neighbor. That's who it is next. You can't do nothing to me. I told him he wanted to kill me. See, he held me by my throat, but for 2 weeks I couldn't swallow. He held me by my throat. I mean, the rape crisis center, they got all this, so the rape crisis center. And so anyway, I ended up leaving there, and I may have charges on me in Fayetteville. In Bentonville. I think they pressed charges against me, and I went to court twice on it. And once was COVID, they were shut down. This next time, they wanted me to do community service or pay a $100 fine. I said, I tell you what, I'm not doing shit for you. I'm not paying any community service. I'm not paying any fine because I'm coming back for your badges and your damn police department. But the attorneys up there, they won't go against the police department. Even all this, they will not go against the police department. They won't. And if I wish, so I don't, I mean, it just is what it is, you know. It just is what it is.
And that's that source of
I thought, yes, but I tell you
anger
what,
and frustration.
yeah, but I tell you what I did do. I went to the governor's office twice, and I filed a grievance against the jail. I told the governor's office in Arkansas. I kept filing grievances you can go on the phone and you can file grievances. And I went to the jail, and I kept sending it to the governor's office. I tell them what happened to me. So I did do that. And I do believe that something has happened, but I left. But I did do that. So I don't know what's really happened, but I did continue filing agreements with the governor's office on the jail there. And let them know. I got my name, my ID, everything. Had a gun permit, had a passport blue book. I had, like I said, voter's registration card, driver's license, had all of it. And I had some money in retirement. And I lost every bit of it. But see, I lost it doing running, motels. I stayed in motels with the money, and, you know, because I didn't know what to do, you know, I didn't know what to do. So what I did was I just followed my path. That's the only thing, because I wasn't mentally okay. And I told my son here in Memphis, I told him, I said, I'm not mentally okay. I need for you to come up here and help me. But he couldn't take time off work, so, you know, that's how that is. Anyway, but,
So,
oh, sorry.
So when you're here in Memphis, where was the camp? Where were you
Oh,
staying?
my camp was on Wheaton Road at Reese Road behind Phil and Shield back there. It was, I mean, it was okay. They were, man, the ladies are cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the people in Phil and Shield, he recognized me. I'm like, I can't believe he recognized me. They love me there. And Kay and Brittany so I'm gonna have them. I got Kay's number. When I get in my apartment, I'm gonna have them for dinner.
So, so that's where you were, and then that's where
the hub picked me
the
up.
outreach team came.
They picked me up flying a
Sari
sign.
saw her.
Yeah.
Sari saw her.
Yes, see, I
and
didn't
reached
know
out
that.
To Liza.
See, I did not know that. I didn't know that till just recently when you told me about the apartment.
So, kind of tell me about that day. How did they?
Well, that day, like I said, they scooped me up. Man, I've never been so glad to see two people, and every time I see them, I've never ever felt so glad. I mean, it was such a relief, and I mean, I told them, I said, I've been drinking a little. Oh, that's okay. They let me come in anyway. Because I want to be honest. I said, look, I've been drinking, but that's okay. But man, I was speechless all the way. It was a good feeling, but I don't know, coming from so much that had happened to me, I don't know if you want to say it was an eerie feeling. I mean, it was a safe feeling. I felt safe. I knew I was safe. I knew I was going to a place where I'd be cared for. I love these people as soon as, like I said, I called the number to the hub, and see, they had already been out there, but they didn't even answer the phone. So I didn't even expect it. I was flying a sign. I didn't even expect, because I was going to go back and call and see if I could get a hold of them again. And an hour later, here they are right in front of me. I'm like, oh, wow, how'd this happen? I mean, I did. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad to see him. Yes, and every time I see them, I just love them to death, man. They scooped me up. They put me in that Jeep. They said, you don't need a thing. I said, well, when I get there, I'll call Corley and tell him to go to the camp and get the valuable stuff. Because I had about $1,000 worth of stuff, of equipment for heat, you know, all that, and the stove and stuff. And so he went by there and he got all that. And he brought me what I said, I don't need a thing. Just bring me what you can, what I need tomorrow, my personal thing. And I've been here ever since. That was the 1st of January.
What did you think when you first pulled up, and what did you think?
Well, this right here. Oh, this right here. Oh man, this is not. That's what I tell you. This place right here is amazing. This right here. I feel like that. You know, you can file a grievance with the governor's office. Well, I want to file an accreditation with the governor's office, because I've been in shelters. Between Arkansas, Texas, and back. This right here, this is this is, there's no words really to express what it is. It's a home, it's a hotel, it's a family. You know, I mean, this is beautiful. My God, when I came in here, I was like, when I saw that room, I went, I mean, I was in shock. It really is absolutely amazing. I mean, there's no words to really express. You know, I mean, magnificent, brilliant, powerful, baffling, cunning, because I love those words because I like to be nothing but around nothing but powerful, baffling, and cunning people. I try to keep it that way since I've met so many people like that. But this place is, you know, I told Miss Londa the other day about getting my voucher and looking at that apartment and then my fingers are crossed. I feel like I won the award for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I do. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, and to be here, I mean, this place is just, this is home to me. This is home to me. And it's beautiful. And what I don't understand is how women can come in here and feel privileged. And what I mean by that, to feel like just talk about the staff. Now, I probably shouldn't talk about that. But yeah, because I mean, I just want to slap the shit out of them. Well, I had to say it. But I don't. I mean, you don't hit your big say, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is raw and uncut.
But it's true. I mean, they and to come into the kitchen and to feel like they have chefs there, because you know what, chefs get treated with more respect than some of these women. I don't understand where they come from. I don't think that they really know the true meaning of homeless. And sometimes I'd like to take them out there and show them it, but I can't. So I just be real good and just like, I'm like, yes, ma'am. I just pin my head down and walk back to my room and behave. But that's true, because this place is so beautiful. It's a spiritual retreat, you know, and it really is, especially when the ladies that are in here will allow it to be a spiritual retreat. When I first came here, that's exactly how I felt. Man, everybody, I felt this is a spiritual retreat, and that's the true meaning. It's sometimes it's the ladies in here that are supposedly homeless that I don't really are really that homeless, in my opinion, from where I've been, in my experience. Now, mind you, I might be wrong. Well, no, I don't think I'm wrong, but they're the ones that keep it from being a spiritual retreat. And that's really sad. But I tell you what I have seen. I have seen some of these women come in here and change. Yes, ma'am, I have. And that's because of that lady right over there, because I tell you what, she has the patience and the heart of God himself. I'm telling you what, because she knows I sure, man, I'm like, Miss Long. Oh, she laugh at me. Oh, dear, I got to go.
What's some of your most favorite experiences while
Some of my most favorite, every day. I mean, my face. Well, let me think. The let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Oh my God, the bowling. I mean, it's so every day. I mean, every day. You know, I've been here for 6 months every day, and so I mean, there's so many things. I mean, when I first took a bath and I slept in the bed, I'm like, oh my God, I had a shower, and I'm like, I get to sleep in this bed for more than one night. And because what I would do when I was having my tent, when I got my check, I'd go spend a couple of nights in a motel, and eat. Well, I mean, you know, and the kid breakfast. Oh my God, I mean, I guess probably for the past 5 years, breakfast, if I ate breakfast, I had to go to a second to eat breakfast. I didn't have breakfast, you know, unless it was a donut and a cup of coffee. But to have breakfast every day, and that's what happened. You know, I told Miss Monty, she should tell me to push away from that table, because by the time she told me to push away from that table, I done eaten breakfast. How many weeks? I've been here for 6 months. 3 months ago, 7 months. 3 months ago, Miss Monty goes, you need to push away from that table. When I went to the doctor, I weighed 157 pounds. I said, you told me to. I like to fell out. I like to fell out when I hit that scale. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna come after I hit that scale. I come back. I knew I was changing clothes, so I didn't realize. But yes, breakfast. So I pushed away from breakfast probably the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, every now and then I ate some biscuits and gravy, but I'm like, okay. I told her when I saw her, I said, why did you wait so long, Miss Marty? There you go. Because I done gone from a size 8 to a size 10 to a size 12. But anyway, Miss Yolanda's like, hey, you need to, you gotta purge. You gotta purge. I'm having to purge sizes, not clothes. Well, clothes and sizes.
Okay.
Oh, the best thing that happened to me this week was I got approved for my housing voucher, and it shocked me. And that Miss Yolanda took me over to Legends, and I love them, and they accept my voucher, and it's well within my voucher amount now, and they seem to like me. I think they seem to like me, and it's, man, I'm telling you what, that it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I told him, I said, I'm going to set the standard or hit the bar on the apartments and what they look like. I'm going to try my best anyway. Me and Pinterest, we get along real well. What brings me happiness, what brings me joy is my child, the hub. That's what Miss Yolanda brings me. Miss Yolanda and Miss Charlie, man, you know, our road trips. You know, we take road trips. We get out, we go to 7 Below. We just get out, just to get out. Man, I love it. Yeah, everything brings me joy. I haven't fell in love really yet. I fell in love with the hub when I got here now. I have to say that's probably more really, but I have not fallen. I really, now that I know what I know when I'm 60, I have not fallen in love yet. Not real love. Not the kind I want. And I'm not settling for anything less this time. I'm not going to settle. I'm not, you know, I'm okay with me, and that's okay. But I feel like God's got somebody. He's got a partner out there for me. I just hadn't found him yet. He's probably going to have to find me because I'm kind of, you know, I'm shy, I'm bashful, and I'm real picky. So I need my teeth. And plus, on top of that, I said I wasn't going to kiss a man without my daggone teeth in my mouth. Now, so I got to have my teeth first. So yeah, that's one of the things. I want my teeth, but I'm like, what would make the better place? Places like this, and people who work in places like this. I think that for one thing, I think it would make it a better place if everybody realized that they could be me today. That's what I think. Everybody, you know. Ooh, that's a hard one. Oh dear. Be kind. Realize that you are not exempt from this happening to you. I don't know if that's the word I would use, but you know, realize that everybody out there is somebody. And to treat them with respect and kindness, no matter what they look like, no matter what they smell like, no matter how much money they have, but treat them as you would want to be treated if it were you. Because it could be you, in my opinion, because it's me. Well, I told Nadia this morning, she is a beautiful young black woman, and I told her this morning, I said, keep on sticking with this, you know, because she's never had her own apartment. She's very young. She's absolutely beautiful. She's got everything going for her, and so I just told her to stick with this, stick with the program, keep doing what they say, you know. All right, I'll keep bringing you snacks. You're going to get out of blackout, but you're going to behave next time and not get yourself in trouble. And it was so, I'm quite sure, over that young, beautiful young man that she has. I don't really know, not my business. That's what I say. I'm on an as-need-to-know basis, N-O, not K-N-O-W. No. But she's beautiful, so. And that's what I tell the ladies. Just keep, because, you know, You know, you have good days and you have bad days. There's days I've gotten up and I thought, not because of the hub. The hub is absolutely beautiful. I love this place. It's just what kept. Let me tell you what. That's what has kept me here, and kept me going every day. Is the support of the staff here. And I'll tell you something else. No matter what anybody says, I've been here since the 1st of January, and it is July. What's the date now?
28.
It's July 28th. And since the day I got here, by every single person in this whole place, building, from every single person has been nothing but kind, loving, respectful to me. They have been nothing. There has not been one ugly word, one nothing. No, not one, not so whatsoever. And if we're giving love, we may be giving tough love sometimes, but it's tough love. And it's something that, you know, you have to be mature enough to realize. Now, okay, you know, like, you know, and two, being homeless and being on the streets, I told Mr. Long not too long ago, I said, you know, my thinking is getting clear, because when I came in here, I didn't really realize my thinking was that bad. But my thinking was, I was not healthy mentally. I was not healthy mentally. And I can look back and I can think about my thinking when I was thinking was, and it's still not really, really great. It's better. But it's a work in progress, because you get, you know, you get in there and you just have to follow your leaders. That's the only thing that's going to pull you out of it, is following your leaders and following the people that love you. And I mean by leaders, I'm talking about Mr. Lamont, Mr. Charger. You know, anybody, you know, you have to, that's what I call y'all, my leaders, you know, is follow my leaders, because our thinking's not okay. I mean, what would make it okay for us to go through those things, be in the predicament where we're in, for it to be okay? It wouldn't be okay. But it took me a while, just recently, to realize, think that, you know, like, well, oh dear. That wasn't good for Miss Yolanda. My thinking wasn't good. I love that woman to death. I love Miss Yolanda with all my heart, man. Anyway, what do I want to say to people about the hub? I want to tell everyone, we need funds. You need funds. I'm like, okay, y'all need funding. If in there, that's probably not where you was going, because I'm like going toward your pocketbook. Like, y'all need, because you deserve every penny you can get. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start writing a check for the hub. I'll 10% instead of the church and give it to the hub. Sorry, my bad. I can't. But no, the hub. I mean, there's nothing like it. I don't even know. What would be nice, and I know Mr. Kelsey doesn't have time, but for Mr. Kelsey to be able to go around and teach other shelters how he built this place, because he's got to be brilliant. You know, I mean, I can't imagine. This is. I don't see. It's a shelter. It is a shelter because I've been able to stay here for 6 months, and it hadn't cost me a penny. And I've been down, mind you. I've put my money away. I've done as they've said, there, you know, to better myself. But yeah, that's the only thing that's the only thing that I could say. I mean, there's nothing that sets the ball. The hub is. I don't know what to say. It's not like anything I've ever. I mean, I've been in foreign countries. Well, I just recently in Jamaica, and that's all. But in different states, and there's nothing. I couldn't. If I hadn't been here, I wouldn't have believed, unless I seen it with my own self or known it to be a place like this. Does that make any sense to you? You kind of feel what I'm saying? It's like. I mean, I don't know of any place. It's not like anything. It's not like any shelter, anything where I've ever been. There's nothing that compares to this. Doesn't even. It's like it's not a shelter. I mean, that's the best thing I can say. I mean, like I said, that would be the only thing that I would think. I mean, I don't know how he managed to produce this place or invent this place or make this place, but it is absolutely brilliant. I don't know if he could write a book and take and sit. Well, he probably done it. Well, he could write publishing, pay for publishing. But I mean, people really should know how to. I mean, it would be nice. It would be the thing would be, it would be really nice, and if that could happen. But I don't know that it could happen. But it would be nice to think that, well, he don't have time to teach nobody else though. He's too busy with all of us. When I get in my apartment now, and you can come and you can do it inside my apartment, we can do it here, but when I get my teeth, I get my hair done, I get my nails done, I get my apartment, you can take pictures of my apartment. We can do it at the hub, but you can take pictures of my apartment because they're going to be worth taking. My teeth, I talked to Dr. Cooter last Saturday. It's going to be either the end of August or September, so by September. Yes, I'm looking forward to that one too.
I look forward to it too.
I only get $720 a month. No, I don't mind doing that. I only get $720 a month. I'm looking forward.
Your work local.
Oh yeah, oh man, I didn't even talk about work local. Oh yeah, I work local. I love work local. I with my work local money, that's my spending money, and I'm very, very grateful for work local. And I get to work in the kitchen, so I every spare minute that I have, I try to do. Like tomorrow, I'm doing work local in the morning, and meaning we go downtown and we pull garbage can bags out, we put garbage bags in, we pull them to the street, we get a dump truck, a garbage truck, two of the girls hops on the garbage truck, and we pick up garbage for about 2 hours and get paid very well for it. And then I do that on Saturday and Sunday morning. I'll be in the kitchen from 4 to 8 tomorrow, and 4 to 8 Sunday, I believe. I'm not positive, I should verify that. But and then but yes, that's my spending money. If she really knew how much money I'm making on work local, and I put all my checking bank on. But I mean, I do good things. But when I get with my work local money, I see homeless people out here, and I give them cigarettes. I've got a few dollars. I give them bus pass. I give him money. I go by, like Garfield down here, he's homeless, him and his girlfriend at the park. The other day I took he got beat up, his girlfriend got beat up. And I went and bought him a bottle of wine, a pack of cigarettes, and I spent $45 off my food stamp card, and I bought him some food. And he was so grateful for that. I was so grateful for that. And if I can do things like that, that's what I do with my spending money. And then me and Goodwill, now it's me and TJ Maxx, and BAM. I went to BAM yesterday. I'll show you what I got, and things like that. So yeah, get my groove, things like that. But so I'm very grateful for that. But I only get $720 a month. I figured you would want them. I didn't know. I wasn't going to tell. I haven't said anything about any amounts on my housing voucher, so I figured I wouldn't. I'm not going to tell anybody. It's nobody's business. But now, if you want me to say something here, I will. That's up to you. Okay. I'm blessed. I know that. But I've always